This is the small detail that so many of us have lost throughout our lives. And this tiny shift has the potential to completely transform our confidence, our relationships, our whole experience of life. So many of you really enjoyed my last conversational mastery video where I gave my first tip that can really help you start to steer your conversations in a more interesting direction and connect with people more deeply. For those of you who haven't seen the last video, I recommend that you click the link that is above now. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you my second tip. This week's tip is really exciting. It's something that is so simple, but so impactful. I really want to build a little bit on a point that I made on the previous video where I mentioned how it's really important to be a leader in conversation. We as people who really want to connect and build conversation, create more impactful relationships with the people in our lives, we really have to be coming from a place of high energy and engagement. We have to be present and curious when we're meeting new people. Our curiosity for what makes people tick, what they have going on right now, how they're feeling, will really allow us to take our conversations and therefore our relationships to a whole new level. Oftentimes we get into a little bit of a habit with conversation where we lose our inquisitiveness, or we want to know more about people, but we feel uncomfortable because we've built certain habitual patterns with them that makes us feel a little bit stagnant in conversation and like we can't ask new questions. Sometimes in our minds, we create obstacles between us and the ability to connect. And we sort of give ourselves this excuse that the reason we're not connecting with as many people here in this place is because we kind of know it already. We've got it all sorted. We know that there's nobody here that's on our level that we can connect with. We already know that all the people that we see every day, we can assume so much about the way that the conversations are going to go. And it's almost like we have this association of who we are in relation to certain groups of people or certain environments that we have gotten comfortable in. And in that comfort, we sort of become quite plateaued and neutral in our experience of how we interact with people in that place. This brings me really nicely onto today's tip. The key is to shift your mindset and approach every single situation with a beginner's mind. It's important to realize that your mindset, your ideas, and your expectations of a situation heavily dictate your energy and your openness when you're approaching that interaction. Let me expand on what I mean by this by giving you a few examples. Think back to your first day at a new club activity or university, even if you moved to a new city on your own, or even you went traveling. Just think back for a second. It was so easy to just go over and chat to absolutely anyone and everyone. And you would openly try to make friends and connect with all the new people that you were meeting every single day. You would happily strike up a chat with anyone who was sat next to you in class, the first person that maybe you saw when you were in the halls, or even somebody who you met in the queue of the coffee shop when you moved to your brand new apartment in a new city. I'm sure you would, without hesitation, ask them endless questions about themselves and try to learn as much as you could about their story. Even if you might have been someone who traditionally saw yourself as shy or not very sociable or even very introverted, you probably carried yourself with a new level of charisma, excitement, and engagement in every single conversation that you had with these new people. You weren't worrying about what you were going to say or how you might come across. You were just curious and you wanted to learn as much as you could about every single person that you met in that new experience or place. Whereas back in your hometown, you always hung out with your same old group of friends. Maybe you considered yourself to be someone who is kind of quiet or shy, and you had little motivation to really try and break out of the habits and the norms that you had. And then you went traveling and you're suddenly approaching every single interaction with curiosity, filled with excitement and questions, high energy, but you're still the same you that you were back home. So what is it that's changed between the person you were back home, who saw yourself as shy, who didn't really feel like connecting with people, or was even afraid of rejection, to this person who's just come to university or a new town, or you've gone traveling and you're connecting with everybody with so much excitement? So what's changed? The key here is in your perceptions. You were in a new place with new people, the opportunity for novel and new experiences. This new place gave you a perception of a fresh start. Maybe for a lot of us, even the opportunity to reinvent ourselves and try and explore aspects of ourselves and our confidence that maybe we didn't feel comfortable to back home because we had such a set idea of our own identity and the way that we're supposed to fit into those social norms and those habits that we built back in our old space. You didn't have any expectations except for the fact that it was going to be a new and exciting chapter in your life. It's something so simple and powerful, having beginner's mind. It's something that we all used to do when we were younger and we were kids, but somehow throughout life, it's something that we've kind of forgotten and we lost touch with, and we don't realize how much of an impact it can have on the way that we experience life, the connections we have, and even our confidence. When you have beginner's mind and you're just excited about every single interaction you have, you look at everything as if it's the first time that you're seeing it with so much wonder and curiosity. You're not afraid of rejection. You're not afraid of what you're going to say because you have endless questions. You have endless energy to pour into getting to know new people and new places and exploring events that are happening, experiences that are happening. The beginner's mind also really removes your perception of what you should be like or how you should act, what you should say, what other people should think of you. Instead, you see this new person or experience that's in front of you as a mystery and an adventure that you can explore and unpack and understand in a deeper way. When we were children, we always possessed this secret magical mindset. We always had this fearless curiosity. We didn't care how many questions we were asking somebody. We just wanted to understand absolutely everything and to try and get to the bottom of something. Everything when you're a child is an adventure, and the energy that children bring to every single experience is so infectious and inviting. So you may be saying to yourself, great, beginner's mind sounds awesome, but what does this actually look like when I'm talking to people in conversation? Well, beginner's mind manifests itself as a deep curiosity and inquisitiveness for the people that you're talking to. You're excited and present and fully fascinated in absolutely everything that the person or the group of people that you're talking to are saying. The key here is in realizing that the person who is standing or sitting across from you is a mystery to unpack. There are so many deep layers to each and every one of us. We all have so much value that we can give. I really believe that every single person in their story, in their insights, in their experiences, they have something that they can teach us. It's all about kind of having this playful fascination that you really want to learn as much as you can about this person and connect with them and understand them. So I guess beginner's mind really manifests itself in asking a lot of questions and presently responding to people's answers. Just bring yourself back to this idea of being a kid and connecting with your inner child. Think about how children ask so many questions about absolutely everything. Maybe someone's telling you about something that they did recently, or they're telling you about their job or their hobbies or their family or just anything. And you just find yourself asking a million different questions to try and really unpack deeper layers to the things that they're already sharing with you. Maybe they're sharing with you something about a project or a hobby that they're just working on, and you say, wow, that's so cool. How long have you been doing that for? What got you into it in the first place? Why do you love it so much? So what exactly is it that you do on this project? Can you show me some of it? You know, I would love to see this kind of curiosity to really dig deep and understand more about what people are working on and really get to know the deep layers of what makes them who they are and what makes them tick. Beginner's mind is really seeing someone and allowing them to feel seen, to feel appreciated, and like you're giving them your complete present experience. People who have beginner's mind are looking at you when you're talking and engaging in the conversation. They're not getting distracted by every single little thing that's going on around or checking their phone every 5 minutes. Somebody who has beginner's mind is completely dialed into you in your conversation. Beginner's mind is also an energy that you bring to interactions. It's really high energy and playful and fun, and it really fills the room and the interactions with this excitement to learn and to engage. People with beginner's mind aren't responding from a place of boredom or passiveness. They're leading. They're really steering the conversation based on their own fascination, their own questions. And in turn, it really makes people that you're speaking to feel seen and heard and cared about. Everybody loves to talk about themselves. We all like to talk about the things we're working on and share our experiences, share our knowledge with the people around us, and feel respected. And when you approach conversations from this place of beginner's mind, you're really allowing people to see that you want to see them, you want to know them, you care about what they have to say, you care about the things that are important to them, and you want to connect. And in this process of being so curious and asking people so many questions about themselves and being really present, you can also get a really good sense if the people that you're speaking to are people that you want to be continuing building relationships with or not. Because if you really allow yourself to get curious and ask questions with people and see how they respond with like an open, present mind, you're kind of putting yourself in a position where you're able to know very quickly if the people that you're meeting are really people that are on your level, people that you want to continue connecting with in the future. Or if it was just a nice interaction, you learn some stuff from them, but you know that you're not really on the same wavelength and you don't really connect on a lot of deep levels, but you really enjoyed the interaction and you allowed yourself to really learn about a perspective that maybe you've never thought about before. Watch yourself and the conversations that you're having with people just light up and transform when you start applying this technique. Making people feel seen and heard allows them to feel comfortable to open up with you more and connect with you more deeply. If you can be the sort of person that can really bring this high energy and presence to every single conversation you have and really help people to come out of their shells and maybe talk about things that they're excited about, even things that they don't really even talk to anyone about because nobody ever asks, and you become this really special person for them. It starts to really strengthen your relationships because you're really showing people that you care, that you want to engage, that you want to have them in your life. You'll probably see yourself growing so much because you're going to be asking so many more questions and exposing yourself to so many new perspectives and stories and experiences that you wouldn't have otherwise even thought to ask about. So I think beginner's mind is an amazing tip, not just for enhancing your conversations and your connections with people, but self-development, of enhancing your experience of life, being more happy and present in your life day to day. It's a conversational tip, but it's also something that I think we should all be taking into every single aspect of our day. If we can really bring this presence, this curiosity to absolutely everything, life is just a big adventure, and it really allows us to move through life with a new vitality and energy. I really hope this tip has been helpful for you guys and you're enjoying the second part of this series. If you did find this video useful and you'd like to share it with other people, then feel free to share it around, give it a thumbs up as well, so the algorithm knows to recommend this video with more people just like yourself who wants to learn and grow in this area. I'm going to be coming back to you in a couple of weeks with my third tip in this conversational mastery series, and hopefully as we start to build this playlist and get more of these tips all collated together, we're going to be able to really see a huge difference in our lives, in the way that we connect with people, and in the way that we have conversation in an impactful and present way. So for those of you who are new to my channel, I recommend that if you like this video and you want to see more content like this, that you hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell so you can get notifications for my weekly videos. This is a community of people where we want to grow, develop ourselves, and unlock our most confident and happy selves. We can really work together to start cultivating a life that we love and building towards the best version of ourselves that we all already know that we can be. Thank you so much for being a part of this community. Really hope to be giving you as much value as possible with this content. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm grateful for every single one of you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.